Welcome to Podnutz Daily for July 18th, 2008. Thank you guys for joining us today. Wonder if everybody out there is happy it's Friday like I am, except I have to go in tomorrow for a couple hours, so it's not a completely free weekend. We actually got so busy in the shop that I have to put in some extra time this weekend. Here's another note for somebody who's interested in starting a computer shop or already has one. People like to bring their computers in on Saturday. It's nice to close down for the weekend, but unfortunately that's when everybody else has time to bring their computers in. So you might want to shuffle your hours around and stay open on Saturday. I know the barbershop next door, he closes on Sunday and Monday and stays open Saturday. So we might be thinking about doing something like that maybe. But business definitely has picked up. Okay, talked about a computer yesterday. It was a Dell Inspiron 1510, I think, laptop with Vista. It's a Core Duo, not a Core 2 Duo, and runs Vista awfully slow. I gotta say, Vista really needs the Core 2 Duo to run good at all. It just sucks the memory and processor out of any low end computer. It's one thing I don't like too much about Vista. It's just, why does it need all that extra memory? Why does it have to slow down the computer so much? Irks me. Well, aside from that, I like Vista. I'm starting to like it more than compared to XP now. I like the look. I like the crispness. I like the way it feels. It just feels more modern. And as each day goes on, XP seems to feel a little more older and seem a little more old. And it's, I could just imagine next year looking at XP and going, wow, that reminds me of how Windows 98 looked. It just happens, it's just a succession of operating systems. Okay, anyway, had this Dell Inspiron laptop. Somebody had uninstalled or messed with Media Player, which is actually Media Player version 11. It comes with Vista. It's not an extra feature or program. It actually comes built into the operating system. And somebody mangled it to the point where whenever you click the Vista or the Media Player icon, it would not start the program. I've looked online. I Googled it. I've tried a bunch of things myself to try to fix it. Couldn't get it fixed. The only way I knew how, and this is what Microsoft even said to do, is to reinstall the operating system. Being as how I was in a rush to get this done, I didn't have any more time to try to find the fix. That's what I had to do. So I had to, just kind of do what I had to and just get it up and running. So I had backed up all customers' data, reinstalled the operating system, put all the data back on, and that's how I fixed Media Player. You can download Media Player 11, but that's for XP. You can't download it for Vista. It just comes with Vista. And if you take it off or mess with it in any way, it's hard to get it back. I haven't figured it out, so if anybody has a magic solution, and don't send me a magic solution that somebody posted in the forums and claimed it work. I want a solution that if you guys have tried and have seen it work, please, just for the future. I would appreciate it. Had a power jack fix today on another laptop. This was a laptop I actually found out the jack was good, but the power adapter is bad. The actual tip on the end of the power adapter is bad. This is a great way to make some extra bucks. It's an easy solder job. You go to Radio Shack and you buy an Adaptaplug. They're the white plugs that they're usually behind the register at Radio Shack. And then you buy the little extension cable that plugs into the Adaptaplug. And then you just solder that extension cable onto the existing. You cut off the tip of the power adapter you're trying to fix. Solder the new one on there and put some heat shrink tubing around it. I'll do this in the videos, guys, by the way. The laptop videos I plan on putting out in a few weeks. And then you have a sturdy new power adapter for the customer. I charge them $35. It beats them going out and spending like $70 to $150 for a new one, and they're usually willing to do that. A great thing about the Adaptaplugs is they pop out when they need to. So if you give it a real good tug, the tip actually comes apart from the part you soldered on, and then you can just reattach it by hand. So it's nice if somebody trips over the cord. It's not necessarily going to be the end of the power jack. It's a little bit of a safety mechanism. Had another computer here. The CD drives were not being recognized. Actually, the CD drives were being recognized by the operating system, except every time you put a disk in, nothing would happen. The drive would light up and the disk would spin and spin and spin. And if you go into my computer to try to see what's on the drives, you could not get onto the drive. It claimed that there was nothing in the drive. CD drives are a tricky thing. They have lots of symptoms. Sometimes the symptoms are the same with different solutions. But usually if a computer doesn't recognize the CD drive, it doesn't even see it at all. I've had that instance where the upper and lower filters, there's a key in the registry that has upper lower filters, which is put there by a CD or DVD authoring program. And if you remove those upper and lower filters, sometimes the computer can see the drive. Sometimes you have to just remove the program that put the upper and lower filters there. There's a lot of conflicts that happen between programs that write to DVDs and write CDs. So just be careful when you're installing Roxio and then you decide to install Sonic and Nero and Record Now and Movie Auto Producer and iTunes. They all like to want to take control of your CD players. In this particular case, though, I usually figure, because both drives were bad, and I usually figure if there's a CD drive in a machine and a DVD drive in a machine, I usually figure if they both go bad at the same exact time, then it's usually a software problem, because the likeliness of the hardware of both of them failing at the exact same time is not likely. So it usually ends up being a software problem. So that's where I look when I know both drives failed at the same time. Well, in this case, everything I tried to do software-wise wasn't working. So I said, well, let me just test if this. I usually figure it's Windows, something in Windows that's causing the drives not to be recognized. Well, a lot of times then, if I exhaust all my Windows fixes, I'll try to run a live Linux CD just to see if the drive's working. And if it boots Knoppix up fine, then I know the drive's okay and it's a Windows problem. Well, this wouldn't even boot Knoppix up. So then I go into the BIOS and check to see if the drives are being recognized in the BIOS, which they are, but they're just not working. So tomorrow I'm going to go in, I'm going to check the jumper settings. That's another thing that could fool with these drives a little bit. Sometimes computers don't like cable select. Sometimes you have to use the master-slave system on the jumpers. So before you kind of throw in the towel and buy a new drive, check to see if it's a software problem, see if you could run a live Linux CD, then check the jumper settings, check the cables, and see if you could find a fix that way. Okay, I'm going to play a call from Sherwyn that got cut off yesterday. In the meantime, I'm going to think of other jobs I did today. I didn't have time really to write the show notes. I came right from the shop, so I'm going to play the call from Sherwyn. I think Colin left a message too. Didn't listen to it yet, but I trust it's going to be good. Colin, it better be good. I'm looking at you in the chat room there. I didn't listen to it yet, so I'm hoping there's no surprises on there. Okay, let me play the message from Sherwyn. It's going to be the same message I played yesterday, and hopefully it'll make it all the way through this time.